heads to the ISS board SpaceX Dragon spacecraft on Falcon 9 rocket.
Hello and a warm welcome. You've joined us on Market Fatafat right here on ET Now. I'm Ashesha Advaryu. With me is Ankita Saxena, and this is a show where we discuss all the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. But before we get started, let's have a look at what the markets are doing at the moment. And Ankita, turning out to be another good day for the Indian markets. In fact, Nifty and Sensex, both of them are trading with gains, and Nifty Bank also in tandem.
Absolutely, Ashesha, like you said, it is a good day in the market because we managed to scale this 25,200 levels. We are above 25,250 odd levels. That's where we are at. So we have been trading in a range, and we have broken above the 25,250 level, and that's an important thing that we are holding on to it. Nifty Bank also, we saw a sharp recovery coming in Nifty Bank after the sell-off that we saw in the morning, and we are trading with gains of almost 157 points on Nifty Bank as well. In broader markets, it is the small caps that is really firing away. It's up almost 1.5% in trade. The mid caps are a different story. Mid caps are underperforming today, with regards to the benchmark indices and with regards to the small caps as well. The mid cap is an underperformer, trading with gains of 0.3%, but small caps, like I mentioned, is firing on all cylinders. That's where the action is, trading with gains of 1.5%. Sectorally, Nifty Media is the top sectoral gainer, trading with gains of almost 2%. Nifty IT, Auto and FMCG are all trading upwards of more than 0.5%. Nifty Realty is on the losing side. It is turned very, very flat right now, but that's the only sector that is in the red, very flat right now, but nonetheless trading in the red. Market breadth looks positive today. Ashesha, in fact, advanced decline ratio is comfortably in the favor of advances, and the good thing is that the India VIX has also cooled off. It is below 14. It's trading with cuts of 3.3%. So India VIX cooling off is also a good sign of a bullish trend. So largely the construct of the market looks positive. But without further ado, then let's get started with all the buzzes in trade today. For that, let me welcome on board Nagraj Shetty, the technical and derivative research analyst, HDFC Securities, who's joining us on the technicals. And from our research team, we're joined by Aurabinda. Hi, good afternoon to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get going with all the stocks then. Nagraj, let me come to you first. You picked out Jubilant Foodworks for us. Now, this one's doing well today. It's up 2.5%. But if I look at the charts, in the last 6 months, it hasn't really done much. So from here on, do you see this counter picking up steam?
Yes, the momentum has started. Good afternoon, Ankita. And recently, the stock has broken above the down-sloping trend line around 710-712 levels and currently trading at the higher levels. The overall chart pattern is looking positive. Volume has started to expand during the upside breakout, and I'm expecting more upside in the stock price. The next overhead resistance to be watched for the stock is around 750.
Okay, so that's as far as Jubilant Foodworks is concerned. Let's put the spotlight on Coforge then. And Motilal Oswal has come out with a report on Coforge where they are reiterating their buy stance in the stock with a target price of 2,200 rupees per share, where Motilal Oswal says executable order book sets the floor for a strong FY26. They've also said that margins are expected to expand going forward. The management reiterated their guidance of achieving $2 billion revenue by FY27, which will be driven by solid revenue, organic momentum and cross-selling opportunities from Cigniti, which is the recent acquisition that the company had done. Management expects organic growth in FY26 to outpace FY25. And the margin outlook continues to remain very constructive, with one-offs behind and levers like delivery mix and lower ESOP likely to offer upside as far as margins are concerned for FY27. So outlook with respect to revenue growth, with respect to margin expansion continues to remain positive. Motilal Oswal has reiterated its buy stance. 2,200 is the target price. The stock currently at 1890. The stock is up 1.5% on the back of this.
That's Coforge on the back of that. But Coforge from the mid-cap IT space has been doing well, and on the back of this bullish note, it's up in a way today in trade as well. Coming to you, Ravinder, now another stock that is doing well today on the back of a brokerage note is Indian Hotels. Tell us what does the brokerage note say?
Well, as on back of brokerage note, Indian Hotel is in focus. The JP Morgan has come out with the note, and they have initiated a coverage with overweight rating with target price of rupees 890. They They say that the recent stock decline is temporary and should improve due to following points. First is better than expected revenue RevPAR growth in FY26, and second one is the reversal of recent consensus EPS cut post military escalation, and strong Q1 FY26 performance. See FY30 target being delivered ahead of the schedule, and ROCE should reach to more than 19% by FY28. They expect mid-teens revenue CAGR over FY25 to 28 and 100 basis point per annum margin expansion to 36% by FY28. So back of this, Indian Hotel is in focus, and the stock is holding a gain of approx 2.5%.
That's IHCL for you. The stock is up 2.5% on the back of that. But let's put the spotlight on Tata Steel then. Nagraj, the stock is up in today and it is up nearly 4% over the last 5 trading sessions. Several geopolitical uncertainties, but despite that, the stock is holding up. On the technicals, what do charts suggest for Tata Steel?
Yeah, technically looking positive. Recently, we have seen some healthy downward correction from the highs of around 163, 164. It made a higher bottom around 150 and bounced back from there on. I think that overall chart pattern is looking positive. I'm expecting further upside towards the next higher top as per the bullish sequence, and next resistance to be watched is around the 165 to 167 levels.
Alright, that's Tata Steel on the charts, but it's time for a quick breather. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we're getting you more buzzers on the other side. Stay tuned. Market Fatafat, where we are taking you through all the buzzers in trade, and one such buzzer today is Titan, that is buzzing on back of the note by Macquarie that has maintained an outperform, and they've given a target price of 4,150. There, the Titan is up in a way almost 3.5% in trade, and they feel that healthy demand is likely to aid Q1 jewelry growth. There's healthy demand seen despite elevated gold prices. Believe that jewelry EBIT margins have bottomed in FY25. They see 21% growth in jewelry sales and EBIT in Q1. Adoption pace of lab-grown diamonds could take a hit if recent changes in GIA certifications are adopted. Demand recovery is seen in mined diamonds. They are hopeful of a steady product mix, improvement, and they're confident of an 11 to 11.5% FY26 jewelry EBIT margin guidance. Titan also has a market share of now around 7% in an industry that has been growing at a 13% CAGR over the last 15 years, and that is what is making Macquarie bullish on a Titan, and they've given an outperform rating, and on the back of that, Titan is up in a way 3.5%.
But what's the view on the charts? Nagraj, tell us. Titan, the stock is holding up, and we just told you the fundamental reason. But technically, what do charts indicate? Will the momentum continue?
Yeah, of course, likely to continue. The overall chart pattern is indicating a positive bias. Recently, we have seen over the last few months, the stock has gained a strong momentum on the upper side. And after the recent downward corrections, and again, the stock has bounced back from the higher bottom, which is signaling that a fresh trend is likely to resume from here onwards. And I'm expecting next overhead resistance to be watched for the stock is around 38.50.
As far as Titan is concerned, the stock is up 18% over the last 3 months. But let's not now talk about Chola Finance, and this one is in focus on the back of a Motilal Oswal report, where they're reiterating their buy stance with a target price of 1770 rupees per share. They believe that the overall growth strategy continues to remain intact amid segmental adjustments that the company is doing. Overall growth strategy is intact. They are focusing on expansion across their key verticals, strong momentum in the LAP segment, which is loan against property segment. They are well placed in a declining interest rate environment, and Motilal Oswal is penciling in net interest margins to expand by about 10 to 15 basis points in FY26 for Chola investment. They say OPEX is likely to remain stable and credit costs are likely to remain flattish with limited scope for improvement in FY26. But they are reiterating their buy stance. 1770 is the target price. The stock is holding up with gains of nearly 0.3% in today's trading session on the back of this report.
Alright, that's Chola Investment that is in focus today, but let's move on to Bajaj Finserv. Nagraj, you picked out Bajaj Finserv for us, and this counter in the last 1 month, in last few weeks, last 1 month, it has been consolidating. From here on, how do you see this moving?
Yeah, last couple of months it has been a narrow ring movement. In fact, it was declining with a gradual momentum, and currently it has bounced back from the lower levels. The way it has bounced from the support is indicating that this time I'm expecting this stock to break above the larger consolidation band. In fact, a downsloping trend line somewhere around 2010 to 2015. The chart pattern is indicating that there is a possibility of some decisive upside bounce of that hurdle in the near term. So once it breaks above 2010-2020 levels, the next upside levels to be watched around 2120 levels, another 100 rupees higher from the upper line, where the next resistance lies in.
Understood. So that's as far as Bajaj Finserv is concerned. But Aurabinda Pharma, Rabinder, I believe there's a news flow over here and the stock is buzzing on the back of that.
Well, as Aurabinda Pharma is in focus, where company's wholly owned subsidiary CuraTech Biologics has obtained marketing authorization from UK MHRA for one of its drugs, and a company has received marketing authorization in the European Union from the European Commission, and this is CuraTech's third biosimilar to be approved by MHRA after the approval of Beculva in December 2024. So back of this, Aurabinda Pharma is in focus and stock is up more than 1%.
Alright, moving on from Aurabinda Pharma to TVS Motor. Nagraj, tell us what you see in the charts for TVS Motors. If I look at the prices of TVS Motor, this counter has given good returns in the last 6 months of 19%. Do you see this momentum to continue from here on? It is very, very close to its 52-week high as well. Do you see this counter moving up?
Yeah, it has a strength to move further. What you can see on the chart is in the last 2 months that stock has been a narrowing movement without showing any reasonable downward correction after the rise. And currently, the stock price is at the verge of decisive upside breakout of the narrowing movement. The chart pattern is looking positive. I'm expecting further upside from here onwards. Next resistance to be watched for the stock is around 3150.
As far as TVS Motor is concerned, but we need to slip into a very short break on that note. We'll discuss many more buzzers on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere.